feel about joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Uh, I felt overjoyed to be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I come from a family of die-hard Marvel fans, of which I am one, so a complete joy, a complete pleasure.
What was your reaction to the first film, Black Panther? What kind of impact did the film have on you personally, and did it influence you professionally?
Hmm. Seeing the first Black Panther was a complete full body sensory experience. It was such a ride. I don't think that we had ever seen that language, that color, that style of storytelling in the MCU before Ryan Coogler and before Wakanda. So Wakanda was definitely, it definitely has a special place in my heart, but I think in everyone's heart. So seeing something like that absolutely influences how you move professionally, wanting to make more conscientious decisions about the projects that you choose to be a part of.
Introduce us to Riri Williams as she is when we meet her, where she is from, what she's like, and what are her passions.
Riri Williams is a young woman from the south side of Chicago. She is a engineer, a mechanic. She is super confident and in touch with her ambition. She's driven, she's brilliant, and when we meet her, she is at oh, when we meet her, I'd say she is at the intersection of all those things sort of coming to a head and showing her sort of the extremes of what all that brilliance and power and drive can do if it's not, if she is not thoughtful.
What do Riri and Shuri have in common? Describe their connection and the relationship they build.
Hmm. Riri and Shuri are both brilliant young minds who bond over that sort of understanding of each other, understanding of science and technology. And also, I'd say they bond over that feeling of visibility that I think they get from one another. Sherry and Ruri, I'd say they definitely are sort of, they're almost on their own little island of genius. And it's so rare that you find people who get them just instinctively, naturally, innately. And I think that's what they find in each other. And so they're able to sort of form a very unique, very familiar, even though they're meeting for the first time, a familiar feeling with each other that I think is really beautiful to watch.
How do you relate personally to Riri? What do you
Mm.
draw from in your own life that helped bring the character to life?
Mm. What do I draw personally from Miss Riri Williams? I would say that much like Riri Williams, I too was I guess like I'm gonna butcher this analogy. What do they say? Like a small fish in a big pond or a big fish in a small pond? I don't know. But similar to Riri Williams, I was at a prestigious university coming from a very, not a small town, I would say, but certainly a small niche community of Caribbean Americans implanted into this Ivy League full of prestige and academic rigor. And I had to sort of carve my own path and find my own lane to sort of find success or what I deem to be success there. And that in doing so, I definitely encountered some unique challenges that I never anticipated. That I never anticipated finding, but I was also able to find some beauty through that journey as well. And I think that is very much in line with Riri Williams as we meet her now. She is this girl from the south side of Chicago, attending MIT, and just sort of doing her own thing to sort of more or less to let the time pass by. And in doing so, finds herself in a war between worlds.
Describe what a day on the set was like, working with your co-stars and with director Ryan Coogler.
Hmm. A day on set, I'd say, was certainly filled with, I don't know, energetic, I think is probably the best word to describe a day on set. I think I know that everyone showed up with the very best version of themselves to give the utmost to this project and the creation and the telling of the story. Um, and of course, being led, having that shaped by Ryan Coogler, it created a very safe space where you knew that any chances that you took or uh, risks that you decided to sort of tap into that day, that they would be supported, that you would be caught not only by the director but also by your cast. So it also became an environment to sort of try new things, push yourself, and also to provide support and care and love for your fellow co-star.
What kind of impact do you think a character like Riri Williams has on children, particularly little girls who will look up to her?
mm. I think the impact that Riri Williams will have on little girls is probably the pride and joy of what playing this role is or should be. I really hope and believe, oh, I'm like getting goosebumps. But I really hope and believe that when little girls see this movie, they see Riri, that they see themselves. I hope that they see potential and opportunity. I hope they see a path to the very best version of themselves, whatever it is, whether it's in tech or science or the arts or whatever it is, that I hope that they feel empowered. I hope they feel seen. I hope they feel emboldened to go after whatever that thing is that they want to try, that side of themselves that they want to sort of wear as their truest selves. I hope that they get the courage to dip their toes in that water when they see Riri Williams on screen.